What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Power Platform TV. Today, we're going to take a look at the Power Platform CLI and how to use that with Power Pages. Okay, so the CLI, the command line interface for the Power Platform, there's many things that you can do with it, and we'll take a kind of a brief overview look at it, how to install it, but we'll see how to use this with the new Power Pages. So I did a video about Power Pages, a first look at the new product, the new part of the Power Platform family that was introduced at the Build Conference 2022 that recently occurred. And so Power Pages, really interesting new addition to the family, the evolution of Power Apps portals. And there's pro developer stuff and there's low code stuff that's been added as features to this new product. And today we're going to take a look at one of the pro dev features, right? So that's going to be how to use the CLI, the command line interface of the Power Platform with these new Power Pages. So let's dive right into it. So I wrote a blog post about this. This is what you see on the screen here. And basically, I already have Visual Studio Code installed on this machine. And what I'm going to do is take you through installing the Power Platform CLI first. We're going to take a look at the two different ways to install it, and then we'll go from there. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to install it from the command line. So basically, if you go ahead and click on this link here, it's going to take you over to what is the Power Platform CLI. And then if we scroll down, we see this download and install link here, right? So I'm going to just go ahead and click on this, and we can see that it's downloaded this file here. And I'm just going to go ahead and open this file, okay? And we see this pop up here, and I'm just going to go ahead and click next and install this, okay? So we'll see this getting installed here, and this is one of the two ways that you can install this. The other way is going to be through VS Code. We'll take a look at that next. All right, so that's finished. So it says completed the Microsoft Power Apps CLI setup wizard. And I'm just going to go ahead and click finish now. And now that's done, right? So if I were to go over to a command prompt over here, and now if I just went ahead and typed in PAC, what's going to happen is we can see here that it's installed, right? So we have the Microsoft Power Platform CLI, it has the version here, and then it has a list of the commands, right? And we can see there's all kinds of stuff we can do here. There's the admin that we have where we can work with your Power Platform admin account. We have application for listing applications and installing Dataverse applications from AppSource. We have auth, how to manage your authentication. We have some stuff with Canvas apps. We have help. We have working with your org. We have a whole bunch of stuff here, and you can see here the PA portal aspect. This is the interesting one for us now. So we're going to go more into that. But at this point we've installed it on the machine, and we can use it. And if we went over to Visual Studio Code, we could type it in from here in the terminal. So if I just go here and type it in, you see we do get the pack installed here as well, right? So that's all good. I just want to show you guys the other way to install it, which is through Visual Studio Code itself. So what I'm just going to do is uninstall this. So to uninstall it, I'm here in Apps and Features, and I'm just going to go and click uninstall and uninstall. And this will just get us back to the starting point that we were at, okay? All right, and now let's take a look at how to install this inside Visual Studio Code, right? So to do it from here, we're going to go over to Extensions, and here we're going to search for Power Platform, and let's take a look what comes up. There's all kinds of great tools that are out there, and if we click on Power Platform Tools, this one from Microsoft here, right? We're just going to go ahead and click Install here, and we can see that it's now installed, and down in the right here, we see it says Preparing Pack CLI, and then the version, right? And then now it says the Pack CLI is ready for use in your VS Code terminal, right? So now if I go ahead and type Pack in here, we'll see that it's going to come up here and it's installed, right? So great. And I just want to jump into a command prompt now. And this is kind of interesting. If I type in Pack now, you'll see that it's not recognized. So whether I get out of the prompt or back in, it's not recognizing it. So there is something slightly different with how the VS Code extension works and how the installation of the CLI works, right? But basically, depending on how you're going to be building these apps and how you're going to be using the CLI, it may depend on which one you want to go with. So for now, I'm just going to X out of this and let's go and do our work in Visual Studio Code. And the first thing we'll want to do is set up a connection to our org, right? So that the CLI can communicate with our org. So to do that, first let's go ahead and grab the URL of the org. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab the URL. And in my case, I have a trial here. I'm just going to grab this URL here. So I'm just going to copy this link. And then let's just go back over to VS Code. And now we're going to go ahead and type the following. So it's going to be pack and then auth and then create -u. And I'm just going to paste in the URL here, right? So if I go ahead and run this, let's see what happens. So we can see here what's happened is the authentication challenge has popped up. I've selected my email address that I want to connect to the org. And I'm just going to go ahead and enter in my password here. So now that that's connected, basically what we have here is, it says here down the bottom, it says authentication successfully created, and it's connected here to the org, right? So now what we can do is from the CLI, we can ask Power Apps Portals what Power Pages we have installed in this org, right? So if I go to pack PA portal and then I type in list like this, it's going to bring us back a list of all the Power Pages, right? So we can see here that it's listing 4 of them. And I did notice that, maybe it's slightly buggy or there's something going on here. It's probably not on this side. It's probably on the org side, the server level side. But basically, these 1 to 3 here I actually deleted earlier. I actually created a page and it somehow I had 3 of them appear. But we can see here that this last one, this is going to be the one that we'll connect to because this is actually a current Power Page that I created, okay? And I want to show you guys what this looks like on the server side. So if I go to make.powerpages.microsoft.com, we can see here, these are my sites. So this is the only site that I have up. This is one that I created earlier. And it's the only site that I have, right? The other one that showed up in the CLI doesn't exist, okay? But this is the one that we're going to use, and we'll take a look at how to use this, okay? So back over here, what we're going to do, we're going to download the actual site locally, and then we'll be able to do some things with it, and then we'll be able to actually upload the site once we've made some changes. So pretty cool feature, and we'll see kind of how much we can get away with here at this point in time. But yeah, so the first thing we'll do is to download the site. So to do this, we're going to type in pack PA portal and then download. And one thing I just want to show you quickly is like, if I go ahead and click enter here, it's not going to work obviously, but it's going to show us some good information about how to do what we want to do, right? So we can see here it says that the path variable is missing, and then it shows here the other information that we need to do the download, right? So it needs the path and it needs the website ID, and that's basically it, right? Then some other optional stuff. So let's go ahead and grab that, and we will need the website ID. So now what we can do is we can just go back to Pack PA Portal, and then we're going to do list this time, and this will again give us the list, and we can just use that as a parameter here now. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do Pack PA Portal download. Then I'm doing a -- path, and then this is the path that we're going to download the website to, the Power Page, and it's going to create a subdirectory under that. So all the files of the site are going to go under the directory that gets created in my directory here, okay? And then -- website, and then here is the unique identifier of the website that I want to download. I'm going to do this Carl test one, and I'm putting that on the end here, okay? So let's click enter and see what happens. So I click enter here, and then it says started downloading the website, and then it's connected to my org, and now it's pulling down all these tables, right? So these are the tables that are supported in terms of the CLI at this point in time and what gets downloaded, right? So it's going ahead and doing all this, updating the manifest, successful, and then it says portal download succeeded in 18 seconds, right? Not bad. So you can see now, basically in Windows Explorer, this is the the directory that I provided, it's gone ahead and created this subdirectory, and it says Carl test, and then the Carl test again. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click into this, and let's see what we have. And we can see here that we have all of these files and some subdirectories underneath, right? Nice. So let's go ahead and open this up in VS Code. Now we can see here that the icons are basically defaulted, and they're not showing the Power Platform icons here. So what we can do, let's go to File, Preferences, and then we're going to click on File Icon Theme. And then here we see the Power Apps Portals icon, right, for Visual Studio Code. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. And now we get these cool icons appearing here, right? So that makes the experience just a little bit nicer as well. So let's go ahead and make a change. And first thing I want to do, let's go ahead and just take a look at this page that I have. So I'm just going to open up this page. And this is your pretty standard default template here. And if I scroll down, basically we have this footer down here with the copyright, right? So let's go ahead and make a change to this. Let's see how difficult it's going to be to change the text inside the footer using the CLI, okay? So I'm going to go into content snippets here. Let's go and expand this, and we'll scroll down, and we have the footer in here, okay? So I'm going to expand this out, and then let's click on one of these here. So this has the snippet here of the text that we actually use on the portal, right? So instead of the words, let's say all rights reserved, I'm going to just say, I'm just going to add to that thank you like this, right? So that looks good. I'm just going to go ahead now and save this file. So that's saved. And then now let's go ahead and upload this and see what happens. So let's go over to the terminal. We'll create a new terminal here. And let's type in the command to upload this. So it's going to be pack pa portal upload. And then I'm just going to give it the path again of the directory, right? So this is the path of the directory that we are uploading. And I'm going to go ahead and click enter. Great, and we can see what's happened here. It's actually found the changes, and it's just uploading those, right? So it's not uploading every file again, but it has picked up that we changed the content snippet, and then it's gone ahead and uploaded that. So now back on our portal, we still have the old page up. I'm just going to go ahead and click refresh here, and let's go ahead and take a look and see what happens. And there it is, right? So there's our change. So that was really easy. And if we hop back over to Visual Studio Code, another feature here is the ability to get Intellisense on some of the features, right? So one of those is Liquid. So Liquid code used all throughout Power Pages and Power Apps portals. And so now from within VS Code, part of the ProDev experience here is to be able to write Liquid and have the Intellisense turn up as well. So you can see here, I'm now on this page not found HTML here. And then if I just go ahead and hit Control Space, it gets me the Intellisense coming up here. And we can see some of these entity form ID and name and entity view. So we're getting some Liquid coming up here, and that's going to be really useful for building out these pages. If I go ahead and select this Power BI embedded one, for example, we could see here that it's just added that code right into it, right? Let's go ahead and do another one. If I just go ahead and do the entity form ID, then it's gone ahead and picked that up. So, you know, really easy. Let's do a list here with the name, and then there's the key there. And so you can just go ahead and fill in the blanks, and, you know, really easy just to, you know, so now I don't have to think about the syntax or anything. It's automatically picked it up and put it in there for me. And one final thing I want to show you guys, let's go ahead and just back these changes out here. And that is the live preview, okay? So if I just go back over here to this one, to the footer example, let's say I just made I changed that from a period or a full stop over to an exclamation, okay? So now what we could do, I'm just going to save this, and we see here in the top right, it says show preview. So Power Apps Portal, show preview, and I'm just going to go ahead and click on this. And you can see here it's cool, right? So it's just displayed what it's going to look like here. And one of the limitations about this is this live preview doesn't support custom themes or liquid objects, okay? So there are limitations around this still. But in general, the Pro Dev experience is evolving. Power Pages is new, and all of this is coming together to make it easier to build out these pages. Hopefully we see some more features added to this. Hope you guys enjoyed. So that's it, guys. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and of course check out my blog at carldesouza.com. Thank you.